Alright guys, so we're going to start with 6.2 angles in a unit circle. We're going to go over 6.1 when I come back on Tuesday. Please make sure your worksheets are finished. We're going to go over the word problems on Tuesday. But today we're going to go ahead and start the next unit section. It's mostly just vocabulary, and it's just knowing your vocab terms really for this one, at least while I'm not there. So go ahead and write this down. I want you guys to watch it first and then pause, watch and then pause, and then copy it down. So EQ is how can we extend the trigonometric ratios to angles greater than 90 degrees. As you already know, the triangle does not exceed past 90 degrees aside from the right angle. So we're going to start with the first word, reference angle. These are, make sure you get your buckets. These are acute angles, so less than 90, formed between the terminal side. Terminal side is just a given side. And terminal side of the angle and the x-axis. So it's in between the terminal side. So terminal is the original, and reference is the distance between the x-axis and the terminal side. Okay, so here's the first example. Find the reference angle of 130 degrees. So here we have our cheat sheet. Q1 just means quadrant 1. Q2 means quadrant 2. Q3 means quadrant 3. Q4 means quadrant 4. They should make a C letter, backwards C, right? Wait, no, just kidding. They should make a C. Okay, it does not go like this. It's always a C. So if the terminal side is in the first quadrant, if the original is in the first quadrant, then it stays the same. If it's in the second quadrant, I'm going to subtract 180 from theta, which theta is 130. So I'm just going to do 180 minus 30 degrees, 130 degrees, which would be, my reference angle would be 50 degrees. Another example is that, what if it's down here, right here would be about 245. You would do 245 minus 180 since it's in quadrant 3. If it's 275, which is down here, you would do 360 minus theta. Okay, so this is like your cheat sheet table. Alright, go ahead and pause as you copy it down and then move on after. Next, we're going to have coterminal angles. Coterminal angles. These are angles that share the same terminal side when drawn in standard position, even though they have different measurements. So what this is really talking about, since we're talking about a graph, right? Again, just watch, don't copy it down yet. If we start here and draw circles, it can really go forever. So what this is saying is that if my terminal angle is right here, then it's the exact same angle when I rotate it, when I do a revolution of 1. So for example, it'll be 360 plus an angle, and if I keep going again, there's another 360, another 360, and even if I go backwards, that would be, well, that was ugly, but that would be another minus 360. So if it goes counterclockwise, it's plus 360. If it goes counterclockwise, it's minus 360. Here's your cheat table. So it's just easier to just have a positive or negative, but sometimes it does go beyond 360 degrees. So for example, this first one, the positive coterminal angle would be 360 plus your theta, which is 30 degrees. So it's coterminals with 390. and it's coterminal with, here it would be theta minus 360, 30 minus 360, same thing as negative 330 degrees. So 30 degrees is the same as 390 and negative 330, but again, it does go beyond 390 as well. If you add 360 to it, this would be 750. So it's coterminal with 750, 390, and 330. So again, it just goes based on how many times the revolution goes. But as of right now, I just want the positive and negative. Same thing here. The positive on this would be 360 minus your theta, 45. Since it's negative, it's going to do minus, is equal to 315 degrees. The other coterminal angle is negative 45. Again, here you start with theta minus 360 degrees, which is negative 405 degrees. So these are the coterminal angles. Again, go ahead and pause here and copy it down. Forgot to highlight green for your examples. Make sure you guys highlight green so it's easy to look at when you're doing your quizzes. All right, last one. This one's pretty easy, I think. Sine and cosine are cofunctions. So cofunctions is an identity that sine and cosine have, which means they are complementary. Complementary means they add up to 90 degrees. Okay, supplementary is when they add up to 180. But here we're thinking about complementary 90. So here's an example. Find cosine 30 if sine 60 is 1/3. So all you do here is, since sine and cosine are cofunctions, you would just do 90 minus 60. Oh, sorry. You would check to make sure they are cofunctions by seeing if they are complementary. 30 plus 60 equals 90. Yes, they are cofunctions. So I immediately know that since sine 60 equals 1/3, cosine 30 must also equal 1/3. Because when you add their angles, they equal to 90. So what this really means is that cosine theta is the same thing as sine theta. Sorry, sine 90 minus theta. So here's a formula that you guys can use. Again, this is an example. Whoops. Again, cofunctions are just cosine and sine adding up to 90. So if the theta, the angles add up to 90, they are both equal to each other. Again, you're just going to explore today, really, with quizzes. I would highlight these yellow because they are formulas. Oops, wrong one. There you go. That you guys can use. Okay. If you have any questions, feel free to Google stuff. You also have your textbook. I do expect the quizzes to be done by today. Oh, and if you don't do these notes, you're responsible for taking them at home. I will not be going over them on Tuesday. Well, I probably will, but I will not give you time.